In a small, colorful cartoon neighborhood, there lived the laziest, chubbiest, most carefree little cat. His name was Billu. Billu's job? Nothing. Billu's dream? Drinking lassi. Billu's life? Absolutely perfect. For now. Then suddenly, the wind stopped, birds went silent, and Billu's lassi slipped from his paws. In the window across the street, a cat appeared. White fur, blue eyes, a tiny beauty spot. Billu's jaw dropped and never came back up. Billu stared at Billy. Billy glanced up from her flowers, and Billu fell straight off the charpai. Crash! Face full of dirt, eyes spinning in circles, but his heart still stuck on that window. Billu got up, wiped his face, and sprinted straight to Papu's house. Papu, who had never once succeeded in his own life, whose house pipes were leaking, whose shoes were torn, he was the neighborhood's greatest expert. Papu closed his eyes, thought for 3 seconds, then opened one eye and said, "Billu, your life is about to change." Billu, tell me, tell me. Papu raised 3 fingers. 3 things. 1, do a cool stunt. 2, give a gift. 3, make a hero entry. Billu, you are a genius. Plan 1, cool stunt. Billu pulled out his rusty, creaking bicycle, fixed every single hair on his head, looked toward Billy, and declared, "Today I will look like a hero." Billy was watering her flowers in the window, clueless, innocent, and completely unprepared. Billu took both hands off the bicycle, struck his most heroic pose, eyes closed, chest puffed up, tried to look back at Billy, and went straight into the red lamppost. Clang! Billu and the bicycle spun around, nothing but stars in his eyes. Billu got up, face full of dust, aching everywhere, and looked toward Billy. Billy was reading a book. The window was closed. She had seen absolutely nothing. Billy looked toward Papu. Papu was clapping sarcastically from behind. Plan 2, a gift. Papu said, "Girls melt for gifts." Billu went inside his house, saw Mama's pickle jar. No, Mama will kill him. Saw old shoe. No. Then his eyes landed on a golden, huge, shiny pineapple. This is my gift. Billu tied a ribbon, even put on his best cap. Presentation matters too, right? Billu picked up the pineapple, walked to Billy's front door, paused for 1 minute, fixed his whiskers, which didn't even exist, gave his best smile, and knocked, knock, knock. The door opened, and there stood Billy. Billy looked at the pineapple, then at Billy, then at the pineapple, then at Billy, and said, "Thank you." Door closed. Billu punched the air in triumph. "Papu, she took it! She took it!" Papu from across the street said, "Bro, she only took the pineapple." Billu, "So?" Papu, "Never mind. Plan 3, hero entry." Papu revealed a plan that only Papu could think of. "Listen, pay some kids to clap, then deal with Modi. He runs, you stop him, and Billy will see. Hero." Billu's eyes sparkled. "You are a genius." Again, they planned all night, woke up in the morning, called 3 neighborhood kids, placed coins in their hands, and said, "When I arrive, keep clapping. Don't stop, don't rest, just keep clapping." The kids looked at the coins, didn't even think twice, agreed immediately. Then they went to meet Modi. Modi, who was a huge, mischievous, slightly crazy dog. Billu explained the entire plan, demonstrated with hand gestures. Modi tilted his head and said, "Woof." Billu understood. Deal confirmed. Actually, Modi was just responding to a fly that bit him, but how would Billu know? And then, that moment arrived. Billy appeared at her window. Billu started running from far away. 3 kids started clapping. Billu was running, hair flowing in the wind, in slow motion. The whole world seemed to stop. One thought in Billu's heart. Today, I win. Modi started running. Billu started running, both charging towards each other. This was the moment. Billu took his dramatic stopping pose. Stop! And Modi ran straight into Billu and knocked him down, and ran away. Billu face first in mud. Crash! Everything went quiet. Billu slowly lifted his face covered in mud, grass in his hair, and from Billy's window came a sound that Billu had never heard before. Billy was laughing. She laughed so hard tears came to her eyes, and then came...
Papu watched and said, "The connection happened. Now do one more thing. Sing for her. Girls definitely melt for music." Billu's eyes lit up. "I have a guitar." Papu, "Since when?" Billu, "Bought it 2 hours ago." Papu. Billu picked up the guitar, plucked the first string, bird sitting on the lamppost flew away, plucked the second string, a neighbor uncle came out rubbing his eyes, plucked the third string, a random neighborhood cat ran through. In Billu's view, this was perfect sound. Night had come. The moon was gleaming. Billu stood up, grabbed his guitar, stood under Billy's window, and started singing with all his might. La 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 la. Billy's window light turned on. Billy started peeking out. Billy's heart, this is my moment. Everything was going perfectly. Billy was smiling, Billu's heart was blooming, and then a black crow swooped from the mango tree. It snatched Billy's cap, then yanked the guitar string. Bing twing! And the whole beautiful performance was completely destroyed. Billu chased away the crow, guitar on one side, cap on another, looked at Billy. Billy had one paw over her mouth and was laughing so hard that all the neighbors woke up. Heads appeared in every window. Everyone was laughing. Billu realized, I have become a comedy show. Billu sat exhausted on his charpai. Papu said, "Bro, do one simple thing. Give her a single flower, straight from the heart. No drama, just one flower." Billu thought, then plucked a flower from the pot outside his house. The pot tilted a little from the effort. Billu took the flower in his paw, walked to Billy's front door, knocked gently. Billy opened the door. Billu gave no speech, no presentation, just softly said, "This was for you," and held the flower out. Billy smelled the flower, then looked at Billu, and for the first time smiled a truly genuine smile, and said, "Do you do all this funny stuff every day on purpose?" Billu blushed. Only for you." Billy laughed. "Want to walk together, have some tea?" Billu's world changed. The two sat together on the charpai outside. Billy made tea. Billu recounted all his adventures. The bicycle, the pineapple, Moti, the crow. Billy kept laughing as she listened, and Billu had only one thought. I wish this moment would never end. Papu watched all this from a distance. He who was the plan genius, he who was the advice giver. He had no one beside him. He just stood there alone, holding a half-eaten pineapple. This was my pineapple. Papu decided, I'll do something too. Puffed up his chest, cleaned his glasses, started walking toward them, and at that exact moment, that same crow came back and attacked Papu directly. Ah! Papu ran away. Billu and Billy watched and laughed together. And so, Billu never studied much, had no real talent, just fell off a bicycle, rolled in mud, gave a pineapple, got attacked by a crow, gave one flower from the heart, and life changed. Billy said, "You are the funniest person I have ever seen." Billu said, "I'll keep trying."